Hey folks, welcome back to GalCiv4 Supernova. The last couple of episodes were a little bit slow, and that was because I was kind of showing game mechanics. I'm going to try to speed the game up a little bit now, while still, explaining what it is that I'm doing. Okay, let's have a look at our core world. So we've got Chalkedany Shah, I think I said that right this time, Governor of Narita 3. Now, we've got the option to put up a supply depot. This is usually a no-brainer, I'd say. The manufacturing plus 10% and the 1% approval bonus is pretty important. So we've got the core world capital here. We've also got this Artocarpus orchard, sorry. Okay, so these are wetlands, and these aren't very good for manufacturing, as you can see. There's a -1 penalty, so there's a bit of an art to planning out your colonies in this game, and I really like this. This is one of the... When I first started playing GalCiv3, I wasn't sure about it, right? The kind of colony placement stuff, and then I kind of got into it, but I think this one is way better. I really like how it works. Now, we get a +2 bonus here, look. However, this is grassland, nice for housing. Yeah, that's the thing about putting this colonial generator thing here. It probably wasn't the best place to put it, to be honest. But we did get that immediate bonus from from this, whatever it was called. I forget what it was called now, this base effect. It'd be nice if you could actually still see what the name of the tile was underneath it, actually. That would be pretty cool if part of this tooltip showed you, like, okay, this is grassland or whatever. Let's have a look where we could put this. Yeah, so maybe here on this plane. This might be a good place to do some research here, look, because we've got wealth buildings. So we might want to put something like a financial district here, or when we get the, I forget what it's called, but the planetary economic building, basically. That might be good. I think we'll probably go with this. Yeah, look, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, it'd be nice to get the extra population there. But honestly, I think with these guys, we're not going to get a great amount of population anyway. At least not at the start of the game. How's about we get the supply depot down there? This gives us +2. We can probably we build manufacturing stuff around here then, and increase the manufacturing output on this planet. Okay. Yeah, don't overthink those too much. Especially if you're new to the game, right? I know that you can get some kind of analysis paralysis, they call it. Where you're not sure what decision to make. Honestly, if you're playing on the sort of lower difficulty settings on this game, it matters, but it's not essential. Especially if you're playing like on easy or the lower levels, it really isn't a big deal. Just put them where you want. But when you're starting to play on gifted or above, I'd say you really do want to kind of min-max this as much as you can. But it's not don't feel that you have to squeeze every last little bonus out of it. It really isn't that important, at least on the difficulty settings that I've played it. Now, other players might disagree with me there. Okay, Narita 3, we've now got a shipyard up here. This is the sponsor for this particular shipyard. What do we want? I think it would be nice to get colony ships. The problem is, we just don't have much in the way of people. We've got all these planets around. Look, if we just hit this button here, these are all the uncolonized planets we've got around, and we just we just don't have the population for them. I do think that part of the issue with the crystalline is going to be learning how to figure out growth. Really is going to be the thing. We're going to probably have to push for the growth stuff. So if we go into the tech navigator, we want to go into colonization. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's going to be the planetary. It's going to be these ones here. So we can upgrade housing, planetary conversion. I think these are the ones. Is it terraforming? Are those the ones that affect growth? I can't actually remember. Yeah, I think it is. I think it will be the xenobiology stuff. It will be with this tree here. Now, growth is more affected, I think, by these civilization policies. So, for example, yeah, we don't have... You'll notice that we don't get anything at the start of the game to improve our growth in a big way. One thing we probably can do is, if I've not already done it, is get the recruiting station. Yeah, I should have done this straight away. So that's actually going to improve our growth here. Okay, 10 turns is not bad. It's still a little low. And yeah, look, we're actually getting a minus growth bonus on this one anyway from the precursor elevator. So this is never going to grow very fast in Narita 3. This one, however, Honda 2 should grow a lot quicker. But let's get that one done. The waters of Honda 2 are patrolled by a monstrously large creature, filled with teeth and ill will. It seems to have taken a particular interest in your colony and has already killed many of your colonists with its aforementioned teeth and ill will. What are your orders? Okay. Let's have a look. So we have no right to endanger a species that has survived for centuries. This is the hippie option. So egalitarianism, cultural awareness increases to 2. +2 individualism trait discount. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was saying that you really want to kind of figure out where you're going with culture, okay, with the cultural push. Obviously, it's good to go for the one that you are naturally inclined to go towards. However, you might find that later on in the game you want to go down some of the others. So you want to take that into account, right? Now, this one's not good. Minus 10% growth is not good for us. Increasing resistance is not massively necessary for us either, because we've already got that resistance bonus, if I remember right. We can increase totalitarianism, or we can increase nihilism. This gives approval or influence growth. These are both very, very good. Approval's just great for overall development, and influence growth obviously is good. I think, honestly, this has got a high enough influence growth on it as it is. Set up some island castaways and see what they do when the super shark arrives. Gosh. Kill the shark and mount the skeleton in my throne room. I think I'll go for the approval bonus here. Now, I found later on in the game that approval doesn't always... Here, let's get the recruiting station up here immediately. In fact, first we're going to get a leader. So go to assign governor. Okay, that's going to be minus tourism. That's no good. Okay, this one has got low loyalty. Beryl Ohm. She's got reasonable stats, although diligence isn't very good though. Now, yeah, this is going to be a really important colony. It's our best planet, so I do like this though. Increasing benevolence and equality. So what I was saying was, you know, when you're trying to plan these out, you want to have a look at these and just kind of figure out which one you might want to go down later on. Progressivism's a good tree, by the way, because it helps research, and research is pretty strong. Where were we? Benevolence. Hang on a minute. Increases benevolent ideology. Equality ideology. Oh, the ideology is different. Ideology discount. This is still something I'm getting my head around, right? Oh, there we go. Which one's benevolence then? Okay, folks, I've come across a gap in my knowledge here because I've forgotten what these ones actually do. Increases equality. Increases benevolence. Okay, but where's benevolence now in here? Has it been renamed or is it changed? Or am I confusing two different things? Who knows? Okay, that's something I need to brush up on. Yeah. Also, yeah, this is good feedback for Stardock because I'm at a loss as to what those are. Okay. Anyway, let's go for expectations 3 is pretty good because low expectations is good. Now, that's quite low intelligence. But this is not a particularly good resource place. Mind you, it's got very, very high wealth input. So, yeah, I think intelligence would be a good one. I feel like this is the one, Beryl Ohm. I think she's going to be the one. Just the diligence is a little bit low for the manufacturing bonus. Social's decent, though. That's really high social. Wow, this is a good choice, right? Because all of these have got very, very different... They've got, you know, very different kind of focus. I think intelligence might be a good one for this because of the wealth output. But really, you might want to get someone diligent in there early. And the low expectations are nice. Let's go for Nosium Arm here. Okay, Let's get the core world capital. Immediately looking at it, this might be a nice place to put it, just because we've already got like surrounding areas that we can get boost with that +2 manufacturing bonus. Sorry, the +1 to all. That's going to be +3 influence. Ah, that was the planet. That's where we plan it for. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So we've got military there. Got manufacturing there, influence, approval. This is actually a nice little location anyway. Nothing in those planes. But this is the other option. So we've got the research here. Yeah, this would be a good place for research. So that's where we probably want to put it, something like a galactic mainframe, I would say. Might be a nice location to put it. Okay, yeah, let's go for this. So we're going to put this down here. Actually, the core world where we actually made planetfall. And then we've got the colonial generator. Let's get this one up here, look. Going to be +2. So that's going to give us a 10% boost to manufacturing. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll check on the Discord and just check this leaders thing, because that's confused me, that has. I don't know if either they've changed the name of this benevolence ideology, or I'm mixing ideologies with cultural stuff. Something that Daz Tactic pointed out, by the way, which I agree with, is currently in the game, there is no way for you to look at your own, at least as far as I can tell, for you to look at your own civilization's statistics, right? You know, like what all your, you know, all the bonuses that you had at the beginning of the game. Currently, you have to come out of the game in order to do that. So that might be some feedback for Stardock. That, you know, it'd be nice to be able to, perhaps in this screen here, to have a button here which, you know, where you can click on to see your original, you know, all your background, all the, you know, the different ideologies that you have, whatever it is. Okay. Hold on a minute. I know what I'm thinking about now. So, yeah, I remember now. These ideologies are held by the citizens, if I remember right. Just double check that. Yeah, okay, that's right, yeah. So, look, you've got traditionalists, pacifists, progressives. Okay, yeah. Forgive me, folks. I'm being dense. So, if you remember, so each one of these citizens has a different kind of ideology attached to them. And they've got pacifist, traditionalist, etc. So, for example, pacifist, the citizen hates war and is comforted during times of peace. -1 to resistance and soldiering. So, when they're at war, they're going to get a problem here with the approval. They're going to negative approval. So yeah, this kind of is how they behave. Okay, so when you've got these equalitarian ideologies, whatever, these actually, you know, they improve people who've got that. I think that's how it works. I'm going to check on the Discord anyway. There's still, this is quite a complex game, and there's still stuff I'm learning. Okay, what ship are we going to go for then? How are we doing with probes? We've got 2, haven't we? We've got this one here, the LD Thea. Then we've got probe 1. Okay, let's get another. Maybe we need a base. Yeah, we've got Gerantium here, so it makes sense to get a base up. Let's get a constructor. We don't really have. I'm running a bit low on money. Yeah, we can't afford to rush build it anyway, and I don't think we should. Okay, let's roll the turn. Okay, we've started surveying. And there's a mysterious capsule. We've started surveying. Oh, we've got a class 20 planet here. The problem is it's a little bit far out of our range. Now, in GalCiv, right, there is nothing to stop you sending a colony ship all the way over here if you can get there before your opponents and having this part of your galaxy, you know, having this part of the sector, you know, under your control. However, just be aware that if the AI, you know, for example, the Taurians here might have a bunch of core worlds that are pumping out they're pumping out a lot of influence, and the influence could actually, you know, you could actually culture flip this planet. So I tend to not do this. I do it in other games where you can get away with it, but I think in GalCiv it's kind of more difficult. It's more of a risky strategy, let's say. This is a nice area though, look. We've got some Durantium there. Okay, let's just continue rolling the turn. Yeah, there we look. We've got plenty of Durantium here. I mean, look, there's nothing to stop you getting a starbase up. Yeah, there's that planet as well. Okay, we've met the Kryn. A tall bipedal alien appears on screen with a distinct rigid skull. The being has 6 eyes, as you can see, spread widely across his face, which all pivot to look at us. Has it seen our kind before? Or are we as much of a mystery to them as they are to us? It says something quick and repetitive, almost a chant. A ritual greeting perhaps, but there's no making sense of it. Okay. We do need the universal... yeah, okay. Oh. The territory contains a disputed region rich in resources. Unfortunately, a rival political faction on our world is also claiming it as their own. We are open to negotiation, but we need your support. Alright, so... Yeah, okay. Bearing in mind, folks, this game is still in early access. I've just come across an issue, so really we haven't got Universal Translator yet, so we shouldn't really be able to talk to them. That's something that yeah, I'm gonna have to mention this one. We need your support. If you back our claim, we will share the resources with you. However, if you remain neutral, we may not be able to maintain a friendly relationship. Let's just go with this anyway. So we can increase our relations with the Kryn, and we get honor or spice. Or we can increase traditionalism. Let's just go with them. We don't want any rivals at the start of the game, really. Okay. I'm meaning to pick xenobiology there. I don't think I was. I think I'm going to go into arms shuttles instead. I've done that a few times this game. I've been talking and kind of like missing out on where I'm supposed to be going with my research. Let's just keep exploring up this way. Got some thulium here. Okay, there we go. There's arms shuttles. I've read most of these out in previous series, guys, so I'm not going to read all of them. They are really nicely written, though. Okay, we can upgrade manufacturing, we can go for star-based modules or defensive studies. Or we could go for the Universal Translator. I think that's probably a wise bet. It's only 3 turns, it's probably worth getting early. So that we can actually talk to the Kryn and the Taurians and others. Okay, what are we getting up here? It's capital mainframe. I like getting research early. I also like getting as much manufacturing as possible. Entertainment's also pretty good. It's also pretty good. Because if we can get our approval rating up even higher, that would be pretty nice. Now, just having a quick look here. Yeah, look, our overall approval's pretty low at the moment. We've got to do something about that. We might have to... Maybe we switch away from Without Slumber fairly soon. Now, it is giving us a big boost here, but it's going to be... Like, getting rid of this would mean that we could probably, you know, increase our research, for example. Yeah, so... Let's keep it as it is for the time being, but I'm gonna consider changing that soon. Back to Geode. It's going to improve influence, but we don't have any influence producing buildings yet. Yeah, we've got 3 turns till another population. That's pretty good. Let's get a research district up. That's gonna give us 20% research. That's pretty big. It's probably worth waiting. Yeah, I'm not gonna rush build it. Now again, traditional 4x, you know, 4x wisdom would kind of tell you just to go for manufacturing as quickly as possible and then build up. But in this game, I think you want to get ahead in research as quickly as possible. It's not immediately apparent to me that it's better to go for manufacturing in this one. Okay, we've got a couple of fighters that we got from this. There we go. I'm gonna put one on each of these. That's going to increase our approval on these planets, I think, because usually they say, look, it's moderate. Yeah, I can't remember whether they like having a fighter overboard. It might just be when you're at war they like that. Many of the citizens of Geode live in homes that are little more than storage containers. Some of our advisors argue that this is fine. There's simply no need to spend that much on housing when there are other priorities around. Privately, many of these also suggest such accommodations are entirely fitting, seeing as the people living there are among our society's least valuable. Others argue this not only is this cruel, it's counterproductive. These slums have become a breeding ground for crime and insurrection. What should we do? Okay, we can get slums, which I do not like. So gain 2 free slums improvements, totalitarian increases, but we get minus approval. Now, we can't go with that. I don't like the slums. This is unacceptable. Prioritize improved housing for our citizens. So this brings up equality. And if I remember right, equality is... Sorry. Yeah, this is equality here under collectivism. So this is the one we want to be pushing up. Okay. Now let's just double check this, because sometimes these slum, you have to be careful because the events actually do create things on the map. Okay, so if you were to add those slums, you will get slums, and slums do increase the amount of people that you get, but they bring you penalties as well, and you don't really want them, I don't think. At least with this race, I think it would be a bad idea. Okay, the discovery. Go and grab this space junk and push on the next turn. Okay. Now we're starting to see... Okay, we've got a colony there for the Taurians. Oh, they've taken Honda 1. I think we're going to end up at war with the Taurians pretty quick. And I think this is a poor move, by the way, by these guys. Unless they've got some way of defending against the cultural push that we've got here. But look, we've got 12 cultural output here. If we focus on culture here, those guys are going to be in big trouble. I'm actually going to rush this colonial generator here just to get this out quick. We've got the supply depot too. Yeah, we want to push that influence. We want to use that influence building. Wow, 31 turns though. That's really rough. Let's get the recruiting station. There we go. That gives us +2 growth. Yeah, 6 turns. Look at that. Much improved. Okay, supply depot. Yes, this one will increase military when we put a military building here, so that's going to be a good place for that. Okay. What have we found here? That's space junk. Who are these guys? I forget who this is. Who's the blue again? Light blue. Oh, is it Mimot? Oh, it might be the Mimot. Little furry gizmo dudes. Okay, Narita 3. Maybe getting... This is a good planet, isn't it, as well? Really, really good planet. Yeah, I think we're going to go with manufacturing. I'm going to bash a bunch of manufacturing places out here just while we're waiting. Even this one would be a... Look, even with the minus manufacturing bonus on it, it would be a decent place to put up. Okay. Yeah, this is the Mimot, I think. If I remember my symbols right. Let's see if we can find them, where they are. Yeah, that's the Mimot. Mimot Brotherhood. There they are. Small furry creature appears on the screen. With its soft fur and enormous eyes, the being looks cute and possibly delicious. Its eyes widen even further, perhaps realizing what we're thinking. Eventually it opens its small delicate mouth and emits a series of mewling noises. A speech of sorts, though who knows what it means. Something adorable, no doubt. Okay, yeah. Now, the Mimot are adorable. They also tend to score very, very highly very, very early on in the game. And another decent bunch of planets here, look. Okay, this one here is a terrestrial planet with thulium. Very, very nice. So, it's normally what I will try to do at this point in the game is to spam out colony ships, right? We can draft colonists here. Yeah, that would have been a good one to get. We missed that one. But these guys, we're gonna Dominion push these now. I think, if I remember right, I think the Taurians are really, really resistant to being culture flipped. I need to double check that. I know some of them, like the Yor, for example, are very, very hard to culture flip, but I seem to remember the Taurians having a bonus against it too. Let me think what we can do here, because we do want to get some more planets up. Yeah, Narita 2. We need that one. Okay. Oops. So let's get this executive order to draft colonists. That does reduce approval, by the way. But yeah, let's go and get this one out. I actually thought I'd done that already. I'm being dense. As always, don't watch battle mode for high level play. Unless it's something I know really well. A cool-looking green-skinned biped appears, glaring at us. Yeah, these are the Drengen. You know these guys. Wearing armor of some kind and bearing its teeth. Gives every impression that it is a warrior, or at least wishes to be perceived as one. Barks something angrily at the screen, and you wonder for a moment if it's truly a bad thing. We can't understand what it's saying. Okay. So yeah, next turn we're going to get the Universal Translator, and we can start talking to these guys. So, with a little word on the way that GalCiv's AI works, the AI pretty much uses the same rules as the player, as far as I know. It's pretty much the same. So it doesn't have, as far as I know, an anti-player bias. Okay, so what that means is the positioning of the aliens around you, or the civilizations around you, is really, really important. Because, okay, yeah, I might go, right, I'm going to just go straight to war with the Taurians, and I'm going to take those guys over. But while you're doing that, right, you're spending resources, you know, on warfare. You're not going to be building up your economy as much. And if you are then next to a very expansionist group, like, for example, the Mimot or the Drengen, I assume the Drengen are going to be around here somewhere, you might have put yourself in a real problem, because sure, you've taken some territory, you've taken out one of the civilizations in the game, but you are likely to be behind the neighbors. And if they are, say for example it was the Drengen and the Yor or the Korath clan, right, they might work together in order to take you out, and the AI will do that. The AI in this game is really good. So you have to treat them like they are other players, you know, like human players. Don't get me wrong, the AI isn't perfect. They're still, you know, Stardock are still working on it, and they're tweaking things. So it'll make like little tactical errors and stuff, like most 4X games will. But on a strategic level, it plays pretty damn well, and it's really, really entertaining as a result. Okay, let's get. Okay, so that's a core world of Fen. That looks like their main planet, the Mimot. So look at this. They've started colonizing all these. They've got 4 colonies already. Look, or 3 colonies on top of the core world. Okay, we've got the Universal Translator. This is a nice one. We can get this. Actually unlocks trade early on in the game now. Subspace scanning is going to give us ship range and sensor range. That's going to be a good one. Defensive studies is going to give us defensive ships, essentially. You know, then we so you know, star-based defense systems. We get the armor, that kind of stuff. We've got Xeno research, which is going to give us Khazar's mainframe, Galactic mainframe, upgrading research. We've already gone quite high into research. So I don't mess up this time. What I'm going to do, even though I want to come out of this and think about it again, I'm going to pick something that I know is going to be good. So let's pick subspace scanning, because we want that at some point. Now there will be, I think there will be one other sector in this game. So what do we want? Let's just take a look at our data bank. Here's the faction power. So we are actually at the top of the faction power at the moment. Why is that, I wonder? Well, it's not economic or military. Influence is high. Wow, we're quite low on manufacturing. Oh no, we're second. Kind of approval. Okay, it's prestige where we're higher than others. Our overall faction power is high. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That must mean the others are good. You know, they're all strong in one area, not so strong elsewhere. Looks like the Kryn's been spending all its money on expanding. So one of the things that the AI likes to do is it will spend its early money on colony ships. Now that is a good strategy if you've got decent population growth, unlike us. So I reckon this is going to be a challenging faction to play. You know, I think it's going to be quite a challenging one. So Geode, how long until another citizen? 19 turns. Oof, it's gotta hurt. I think we're going to be all right with subspace scanning. I think we'll leave that. Let's go to the events. Okay, so we've got the. This is just telling us that we've got the Universal Translator. We can have, before I end the turn, or the end of the episode, let's have a bit of a chat with our rivals. You'll note the new diplomacy screen that's coming in this version. This is very, very nice. It allows you at a glance to click on a faction and compare your relative power. So you don't actually have to go, you know, into the data banks here if you want to, you know, Like, for example, before you might have had to go, okay, well, here's me and the Drengin, or Drengin, you know, and then you can compare yourself just with like that. Now you can just do it straight in diplomacy. Very, very nice little feature. Yeah, so the Taurians don't like that we've got shared borders. Well, that's your fault because you came and colonized in my area, you doofus. The Kryn, yeah, you're outside of our travelling range. You supported my claim to a disputed territory. Drengin are neutral, and the Mimot are neutral at the moment too. You can also go to the diplomacy graph. Just click on show all. Yeah, it's too early for wars. Nobody really wants to be at war at this stage of the game. I do think that I will be at war with the Taurians. They are, yeah. I mean, I know they look like they should be peaceful, but they're not. They've been wronged in the past, right? And they will fight. They will fight hard. And they expand so quickly as well. Okay, we've got some Durantium here. I wonder if we should try and get this Durantium. Could also, yeah, we could also kind of use it as a cultural base, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's try and get that Durantium. We've got some more here that we can get, but this is within our borders, so it'll be a little bit easier for us to get. What we could do is we could put up a, you know, like an economic station around here somewhere. So we're catching Narita 3 and 2, and also the Durantium here. All of the star bases now mine. Okay, you don't have to have a mining base. But if you specifically set your base to be a mining station, then it will have, you know, you'll be able to mine faster essentially. During the course of the game as you unlock more technologies. Okay, get these guys coming back this way. So we've scoped out the Mimot. We've got the Discovery here. Let's just go. We'll carry on getting these capsules. Okay, at Geode we've got an idle shipyard. What do we want to do here? Trading might be a good idea to start getting more money in because we do not have much money. We can build a freighter immediately. By the way, this is something I meant to do, and I'd forgotten. I just want you to look at the graphics on this game, man. Look at these ships. This is the ships that they've made for the Crystalline, for the Luxar. It's so cool. Like, honestly, I've said this before, right? So, like, you know that I'm not just saying this because I work for Stardock now, but I've said this before. I've said it on the podcast. On Explorminate podcasts, and I've said it multiple times. Stardock really punch above their weight when it comes to the size of their studio and the quality of what they're producing. Like, seriously, I haven't met any of the people that I work with yet, but if I ever get over to Michigan over there, I'm gonna find the art team and I'm gonna shake them all by the hand because this is some mind-blowing stuff. Seriously, I mean, look at this. Look at all these different. It's just really, really good. This is high quality stuff. It's you know, it's really, really well executed. The other thing, of course, is that they've got this new design system in here now. Let's go to the fighter, for example. Let's go to start new design. No longer now do you have to mess around with the cosmetic stuff if you don't want to. You know, before you wanted to put a laser on, like the way that you did it was like this, right? Yeah, you had to basically put it on as a component and find a place to put it. It was quite laborious. I think a lot of people hated it. Now you don't have to do that at all. You can just bang your lasers on. Lasers, missiles, whatever. Okay, at this stage of the game we only get space for one, but you get the idea, right? You don't have to mess around now, kind of trying to find a place to put it. But yet the cosmetic stuff is still here. If you want to start, you know, adding weird stuff onto your ships, you can do. This is a really, really great little system. It's one of the best ship designs I've ever seen, but this has made it way better now because now you've got the ability just to really, you know, like Master of Orion style, just select something and it goes on the ship. So a big improvement for the ship designer, in my opinion. That is gonna just a little change like that, right, is gonna make it's gonna drastically reduce negative reviews on Steam. I tell you. And I tell you again. Alright, guys. Enough of me rambling. I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed the series so far. This is a cool game, right? I think that we are going to be constrained to a small amount of places because we just do not have the population to really, you know, push out pops. I think we are going to be reliant on the executive orders for draft colonists. So we're gonna have to be spending our control, and you know we're only getting 1 control per month, so we're only gonna be able to get maybe 1 more out. So we need to get as many of these you know, worlds as we can around us. I have many supporting worlds. That's the thing. Ah, is that thulium or Illyrium? Yeah, which one it is now? Yeah, I think it is. For some reason it's not allowing me to select that. I think it must just be because it's in the fog of war. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and I will catch you next time. Take care.